Hello, welcome to Lansing Pulse. I'm Public Information Officer Diana Dodd, and with me today I have Wastewater Treatment Facility Director Tony Zell.
Hello.
Hi, it's good to see you.
Yes, always a good time.
Yeah, so thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We'll start with a little bit of fun.
Okay.
So tell us something interesting about you.
Well, I love to cook,
Okay.
eat, and judge barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I'm a master certified judge with the Kansas City Barbecue Society.
All right.
So I get to eat a lot of barbecue, travel around the area, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It takes up a Saturday, but
Yeah.
it's worth the travel.
Yeah.
It's not like barbecue where I grew up back in eastern North Carolina.
Okay.
But it's a whole different ball game. But that's whole hog and vinegar and yes.
Yes, it is.
It's
I
not
am
Kansas City
familiar.
style.
No.
Yeah, so I like to do that. I cook. I'll try to cook any recipe at least once.
Okay.
I'm open to everything. So
All right.
yeah, it's enjoyment. So, and my wife, she's very gracious. She's willing to try all my cooking at least once.
Well, that's nice.
So,
That's good.
yeah.
Well, I have also sampled some of your cooking at some of the staff events, and I have to say it is quite good.
We have a good crew. We used to cook a lot more back when we had the food tent at the barbecue contests 20 years ago. We would cook. I think our biggest year we did 420 pounds of pork butts and almost 100 pounds of brisket all at once with another the parks director.
So how many days did y'all have to prep to get that going?
We prepped for a couple of days, and then we would pull an all-nighter, and we would smoke down in the basement of City Hall. We'd run a smoker and stuff it all in there and
Wow.
go to town. We used to make our own baked beans and potato salad, and we would cook for all of the sponsors of the event, and then that turned into selling barbecue to the public because the public would come to our barbecue contest,
Right.
and none of the contestants were selling because they were competing.
Right.
So we had to, provide something for them. So yeah, we
course.
had a food tent, and all the employees would pitch in, and it was a full blown
That-
operation.
That
Yeah.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, that explains some of the tote bags I've found floating around.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have to resurrect that, or maybe incorporate it into another city event.
I'd be game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Me too. I mean, it's easy for me to say because I'm just going to be, cheering y'all on and
Well, that's fine.
enjoying.
Yeah. You can volunteer to, serve or make sandwiches or,
can.
we always have room for everybody.
I make a good potato salad and deviled eggs. I can always supplement.
Well, you'd have to make a lot of deviled eggs to feed all the people that we fed, but
Good point.
it could be done.
It could be
You
done.
might run out of fridge space.
I have to think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So wastewater.
Mm-hmm.
I mistakenly a few weeks ago said that you make clean drinking water. So my bad.
That's okay.
But
We're on the lumpy water side.
exactly. In actuality, you clean sewage water.
Correct.
So tell us, what is the worst thing that people can put down their drains or toilets?
The absolute worst in the 21st century are flushable wipes
Okay.
of any variety.
Okay.
While every manufacturer claims they are flushable, and they are indeed correct, they are not biodegradable.
Okay. Fair.
Toilet paper, paper towel, those are all organic based, methods to clean, and they'll break down in the pipes and on the way to the plant, and then obviously they'll get dissolved in the facility and removed. But the synthetic fibers that are used to manufacture those wipes, they don't break down.
Okay.
After they leave your house, they get caught in your sewer lateral on maybe a crack or an offset joint or some roots that may or may not be there.
Okay.
And then that collects everything else, whether it's detergents from soaps, grease from your kitchen, which you shouldn't put down the drain anyway.
Right.
And then that ends up in the city's sewer system, which, along with everyone else, now we're multiplying the problem by thousands.
Okay.
And those cause big blockages, and they get really, really hard, and they're really extremely difficult to remove. And then when they do make it to the treatment plant, the pumps can't pump them. They just stretch, like taking a Walmart bag and just,
Oh, goodness.
it doesn't tear. It just continues to strand. And so those strands get caught in our pumps, and it causes a lot of extra run time because they can't pump as efficiently, and they wear out parts really fast.
Okay.
They're not good. So
Yeah.
no to the wipes.
No to the wipes.
Second thing is grease.
Yeah.
Just like our bodies, that grease adheres to the walls of the pipes,
Right.
and it builds up over time, just like our bodies.
Right.
And compound that with roots and everything else that's in the sewer system and those flushable wipes, and you've got a recipe for a disaster. So what I always tell people to do when they're done cooking, don't dump it down the drain. Don't dump it in your trash can. Let the pan cool down, wipe it with a paper towel, then throw the paper towel in the trash can.
Okay. That makes
And then
sense.
it can go to the landfill.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yes. And never, ever, ever put celery in your garbage disposal.
Oh, because it's the strings, the fibers?
Yes.
Okay.
You will have a bad day.
Okay. I don't typically put a whole lot of food trash, but I didn't, it wouldn't, if I was not expecting you to say celery of all things.
Celery.
Okay.
Yeah. Celery's no good.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that tip. But speaking of things that people flush, you find other interesting things at the wastewater treatment.
We do. Aside from the public, we also treat the Lansing Correctional Facilities wastewater.
Okay.
We actually sit on state property, and we have since 1981.
Right.
So we have almost 3,000 customers
Okay.
that are very close by.
Right.
And sometimes they may or may not collect things that they shouldn't have. And when they need to dispose of them quickly, they go flush them in the toilet.
All right.
So we have found syringes, we have found dentures, we have found toys, golf balls, ping pong balls,
Interesting.
any myriad of things. Money, plenty
Okay.
of money. We actually got a collection of those that we keep. Pagers, cell phones. Yeah. If it can fit down a pipe, it gets to the treatment.
Wow.
plant
I'm trying to
eventually.
envision trying to flush my cell phone. Maybe
Well,
a flip
it was
phone.
one of those little Nokia.
Yeah, okay.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Little guys?
Yeah.
So yeah, we get
Interesting.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids like to watch things. They advertise.
Yes.
You go to Home Depot. I was a couple years ago when we were remodeling our house. I looked at one of the boxes on the brand new toilets, and it says it can flush a whole bucket of golf balls in one
That's
flush.
interesting
And I'm thinking,
advertising.
yeah, and I'm thinking, why would you advertise a product to be able to flush something that you wouldn't want to flush anyway?
Right.
So I can only imagine, kids or teens or whoever
That's, yeah.
looking at the box, going, "Huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if it will work."
Although I would say that parents of toddlers might go for that. I caught my oldest daughter when she was very little, just chucking things in and flushing them.
GI Joe men,
Mm-hmm.
Legos. We've seen a lot.
Matchbox cars.
Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
They-
name it. Yep. We've pulled a small block Chevy engine out of a manhole that was put in there. Somebody took the lid off a manhole
And dumped
and,
a
and
ship.
dumped an entire small block Chevy engine into a manhole. We've recovered bicycles, the transmission, lots of sticks, hockey sticks, golf clubs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't.
I guess it's a good place people like to hide stuff.
Well, no, okay, maybe hiding stuff. I could see hiding, but I was thinking disposal. Like, why? What would be the logic behind that? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you have a fascinating job.
Never a dull moment on the farm.
No,
Nope.
definitely not. Speaking of dull, you will soon be doing what's called smoke testing. So, we tend to get a lot of calls. The city,
Yes.
as well as yourself, get a lot of calls when
And the
people
fire
see the
department.
smoke, and yes, especially the fire department. So, if you don't mind, explain to us what smoke testing is.
Sure.
And
So it is one method that we use to evaluate the leakiness of the sanitary sewer system.
okay,
Every house is connected to the sewer
right,
with a pipe,
right,
and they have a vent stack at the top of their roof.
okay,
So what we do is we've actually got a consultant in town right now doing manhole inspections, and they're kind of doing some prep work for the smoke testing. But we use a liquid smoke, not like the kind you buy at the grocery store, but it actually it creates smoke. It's harmless. It's like a costume fog,
Gotcha.
kind of a product
Right.
that you see for haunted houses and things like that. But we take the covers off manholes and we put giant fans on a couple of them that are
Okay.
connected. And then we inject this smoke and it blows under pressure through the manholes, through the pipes, up into the service laterals going to people's houses.
Okay.
And in that process, we'll see smoke coming out of the roof vent of everyone's home.
Okay.
That just means they're connected to the system and everything's functioning properly.
Okay.
If we don't see smoke, that's kind of an indication that A, they're not connected, or B, they may have a big sag in their line and that smoke can't get past that little low spot or high spot,
Right.
In their sewer line. It also comes out of cracks in the ground. If the pipes are really broken,
Oh, okay.
it will seep out through those cracks and actually penetrate through the soil, and we'll actually see people's yards smoking.
Okay.
And we document all that with photographs and GIS so we can go back and follow up with it. I will say that the smoke is non-toxic.
Okay.
It should not enter your home.
Okay.
If it does, you have a problem, and that means sewer gas can enter your home,
Okay.
which is immediately dangerous to life and health.
Right.
So if smoke does enter your home, we need to know right away.
Right.
And we'll have plenty of crews deployed in the project area when we're actually working on a couple of sections. So all a resident needs to do is just come outside and flag one of us down. There'll probably be a dozen people running around
Okay.
and let us know. And it doesn't affect your ability to breathe,
Okay.
but you can just air your house out for 15 minutes
Okay.
and everything should be good.
Well, if somebody is not home and will the smoke linger? Like when they do get home,
It will dissipate.
Oh, so there's the possibility if somebody's no one's home and there is a problem that could be missed. Potentially?
Yes.
Okay.
But if we see a lot of clean outs in yards that'll
Okay.
smoke, which
Okay.
tells us that they're missing a cap.
Okay.
If we see your gutters smoking, that means your gutters are connected to the sewer system, which is not permitted.
Right.
We've found yard drains that have been illegally connected to the sewer system. And
Okay.
the reason that it's illegal is we don't want to have to pay, all of us collectively, to treat rainwater.
Right. No.
We'll see it come out of storm boxes if there's a crack in the sewer and a crack in the storm sewer, or it might actually be connected, somehow, some way, because who knows what they did 50 years ago. So
Right.
we've seen a lot. This is our third year of doing this testing, and it's been very effective at locating sources of infiltration. We've got 2 or 3 more years to go,
Okay.
but we're working in small pockets of the city. This year we'll be working up in northeast Lansing
Okay.
in Old Ward 1,
Okay.
which is generally defined as east of K7 and from Emily Street north.
Okay. So an
Okay, so kind of
older
by
section.
Yeah, kind of where, La Mesa and in that area.
Okay.
And then there is a line that transects K7 highway that runs through the golf course
Okay.
that serves Quick Trip and Aldi's Tractor Supply. So they will be affected as well, but we'll have plenty of folks
Out there.
on notice to let everyone know. And of course, the fire department wishes they could forward the calls to me
Yes,
when we do
I'm
this.
sure
But
they do.
we're going to put we'll have message boards out ahead of time,
Right.
that'll have some detailed information for folks to get more information.
Right.
I think you're working on a website.
Yes,
for us
there is
right
a
now.
web. There is a web page.
Our consultant is working on postcards that will be mailed to every resident in the affected area. That'll have a QR code that they can scan
Right.
and get more information. It should only take 2 to 3 days. They move pretty quick, and we'll put out plenty of advance notice. And then when it's all done, we'll change the message boards to say, "We're done. Thank you very much."
Okay.
But if you do get smoke in your house, it's best to call and wave one of us down.
Okay.
Now, if it smells like a fire,
Right. That's different.
call 911.
Right.
Right. But this
Right.
is this is an odorless smoke, so it will have no smell to
You'll
it.
just notice the fog in
You'll
your
notice a
house.
fog, yeah.
Okay. And they should call if they either don't see the crew, they call wastewater to
They
report
call
it?
they'll call the number on the
They'll
postcard.
call the number on the postcard.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a gentleman who leads the crew that's doing that,
Okay.
and he'll be on site. So his
Okay.
cell phone number will be on there.
I believe that's the number I put on the website.
Yes.
Okay.
So I believe his name's Ben.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be a good course of action for anybody.
Okay.
So,
And we'll put it out on socials too
oh, absolutely.
as it gets closer,
Yes.
once we have definite
Yes.
dates.
Yep.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
looking at. We were planning on doing it later this month, but with the weather, it may get pushed off a little bit till later in the year.
Okay. Understandable.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for explaining that.
Sure.
Now, my last big question is, what's the biggest misconception about the wastewater treatment facility?
I don't think people realize. Well, first of all, it's a flush and forget type of mentality,
Well,
right?
right.
So as long as the water goes away, you're happy. You pay your bill every month. You expect a level of service,
Right?
and you don't think twice about it.
Right.
There's a lot of biology. There's a lot of chemistry involved in wastewater treatment.
There is.
And the reason that there's so much science involved is because all the water in the world is all the water we're ever going to get.
Right?
The water that we discharge into the receiving stream's actually cleaner than the receiving stream itself. And so that water goes downstream, and Kansas City pulls everyone's water out, or the water out of the river, and they make drinking water. And then send it to the wastewater plant, they discharge it back, and then so on and so forth down the line. So my crew takes a lot of pride in the work that they do. They all have to be trained, not just on the job, but professionally. They all have to hold certifications in different disciplines. We are regulated by both the state and the federal government. And yeah, they're all very proud of the work they do.
They are.
It opened my eyes when I started working there all those years ago. I was a biochem major at KU when I started, and switched majors, so I didn't really know what to expect.
Right.
But the laboratory testing and the process control testing and tweaking, the treatment plant is a living organism. I mean,
It is.
There's 7 trillion microorganisms in 1 gallon of wastewater.
Wow.
So yeah, we got a lot of people we got to take care of.
And but you use a microbial process in part of the cleaning process.
Everything that we do is biological.
Right.
Everything that we do happens in nature. We just control how it happens.
Right.
Yeah. We give the microorganisms enough food, and we take away more microorganisms so we don't have, too many bugs and not enough food.
Right.
So yeah, it's a daily balancing act.
Right. It's really it really is fascinating. Like I've toured it now twice.
Right.
And once you actually see the process, it's very cool.
Yeah, the kids enjoy it. I think
They do.
I think the adults are kind of fascinated by the level of complexity.
Yes.
The kids really like looking at the microscope and watching the bugs swim around, that are microscopic.
Right.
So yeah, it's not what I expected when I got into the industry.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely rewarding work.
Well, and it's helpful and necessary, and we appreciate that there are people willing to do it and that we have the capability to do that.
Yeah, I think the wastewater department was probably only one of a couple that came to work during COVID.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's there'll always be the need for water and wastewater.
Yes.
Yeah, because this is a closed loop system.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of the luxuries and advantages of modern society and advanced society. So we do appreciate that.
Our motto is protecting public health and the environment, and that's the reason wastewater treatment came to be, because millions of people died from disease.
Right. Yeah. Cholera.
So, yep. Among other things.
Among other things, yes. Yeah. But the other really neat thing about wastewater, and we didn't talk about this before, but is the fact that you are a self-funding department.
Yes, we are basically a utility.
Right.
We're a public utility.
Right.
We collect rates every month for the service we provide, and we do not impact the general fund or property taxes.
Right.
We don't receive sales tax. All of our revenues are kept within the department.
Right.
And are used to provide for salaries, benefits, equipment, electricity, fuel, all the commodities that we use. So, yeah.
Well, Tony, I really, really appreciate you coming.
You're welcome.
So
This
much.
was fun.
This was fun.
Yeah.
You have been watching Lansing Pulse. I am Diana Dodd, Public Information Officer for the City of Lansing, Kansas.